What's up, bookish Rays? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Kiana, Lashay. If you're new here, I gladly appreciate it if you take 1 second and go down below and hit that subscribe button and bell right next to it so you can be notified of all my future videos. Now, in today's video, I will be sharing with you guys my September TBR, but I feel like I want this to do more mood reading this month versus like having a set TBR and going off of that TBR to read, because 9 times out of 10 I am a big mood reader. I will forget all about my TBR and proceed on with my life. I will. And if you know me, you know. I will. Now, I have a stack of books that's on my radar to read for this month, but first we're going to talk about the ones that are not currently in my hand at this moment. But as soon as this video ends and this camera get cuts off, I'm going up the street to Books A Million, and I'm getting those said 2 books. The first one is Wild Love by Elsie. No, Wild Eyes by Elsie Sliver. I read Wild Love at the very tip end of August. I finished that book. I want to say I made it through, but I finished it the 1st of September, probably like 12 o'clock midnight. So I consider it, I read it in August, because that's when I read it. So I finished that one and I was like, yes, I want to dive into the next one. The next one happens to be about Wes, which is the girl in the first book, Rosie older brother, and the guy best friend in the first book, Ford. So I want to read about him, and I want to see what he has going on in his life, because how they explain him in Wild Love had me extremely interested in his story. So that's gonna be the very first book we dive into, because the way I sped through Wild Love, I know Wild Eyes, I'm going to eat it up. I want to eat it up. So I'm going to start with that book first, and then we're going to read Daydream by Hannah Grace. That's the 3rd book in the Maple Hill series with Icebreaker and Wildfire. I love Wildfire and Icebreaker, and I think this one happens to be about the guy Henry in this book and in the other books. So yeah, we're going to be reading that one. Those 2 are definite reads for September. Like, I don't care what nobody say in my September reading wrap up, you're gonna most definitely see those 2 books being read, because I listen, West and Henry, we're just here for it. Now, I decided that since I'm in the mood for cowboy romance, why not continue on with Elsie Silver's series and read Off to the Races. This is one of her series, I don't even know, Gold Rush Ranch series, and I think it's like one of her first books she released. One of the first books she was released. So I have the first 2 of this series. They're republishing it through Bloom instead of her self-publishing, I think. So we're gonna be reading this one. Do have the second one, which is a photo finish. I have that one. I think it's like a 3. No, it's a 4-book series. It's a front runner and a false start. So yeah, we're gonna be reading this because Miss Elsie Silver has me in a choke hold right now. And Powerless by Elsie Silver. This is the 3rd book in the Chestnut Spring series. The Chestnut Spring series, like the first series that introduced me to Elsie Silver. So that's 3 of her books on our TBR for this month. Well, mood reading TBR. So these are the ones that my eyes are locked on, but the other 2 are definite reads. Then I want to read Children of Virtue and Vengeance. This is the 2nd book in the children of, y'all, I'm from Georgia. I'm country. I can't say children. Children of Blood and Bone series. This is the 2nd book in there. I want to read this one. I think I read Children of Blood and Bone probably like 2-3 months ago. So I want to read this one to dive back into that series. Then we have Her Soul to Take. Y'all, I've heard so many good things about this book. That's to the point where I have to read it. Like, it only makes sense, right? I want to get into my dark romance smut era, because like I read it, but like I kind of just like stick my toe in and kind of like step back a little bit. But I want to just go head first. I want to dive into it and read some of the ones that had you. I read Hunt and Get a Line. I read the first book in that series, but I want to dive deeper into it and see what's going on. Like, I want to dive deep into the dark romance and smut to see like what it is. So then I want to go back into the Magnolia Park and Daisy Hate World, y'all. I kind of start reading Magnolia Park Into the Dark, kind of like, I don't know, one of those spur of the moment type things. I kind of started reading it, but then I was like, well, I need to read The Great Undoing to see like what goes on in Daisy and Daisy and Christian point of view and her brother Julian to see what's going on, because if you know me, I told you so many times that Daisy Hates books are my favorite ones out the Magnolia universe, so I want to dive into this one to see what's going on. I absolutely love Daisy and Christian relationship. I guess it's a little toxic, but it's not as toxic as Magnolia and BJ was. So yeah. Then I want to read All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. Y'all, first of all, I need to finish reading. I don't know, like I feel like after the first three books of the is it the Hawthorne Legacy? No, the Inheritance games. Like the all add-ons, I just haven't been really interested in it. I got them. I got the Brother Hawthorns and the Grandest Games, but it's just not like, I don't know. I feel like after the Final Gambit, I was kind of over it, but I do want to read those. But anyways, All In. I want to dive back into this series, y'all, and finish the last two in the novella in this series. I think it's All In, Bad Blood, and I think the novella is called 12, which happens to be at the back of the Bad Blood book I have. So I do want to read these, get back into this, finish this series off, so that can be another book I check off my physical TBR list. So yes. Then I want to dive back into Kennedy Ryan Block Shot, y'all. It's the Hoop series. I read Long Shot. I want to read Block Shot. I heard a lot of people saying like Hook Shot and Block Shot are their favorites out the series. So I want to read this to get back into the Kennedy Ryan world, because I love Kennedy Ryan, man. I love everything about everything she writes. Like, it just does something to me. The next one is Blood at the Road by Ladarian Williams. Did he release this? I think it's like in June or July, and I've been meaning to read it for the longest time because it gives me Amari. I just thought about it. I do need to really go to the bookstore, because Amari and the Night Brothers, the third book in that series, came out and I didn't even know. And so I think I was on Instagram like 10 minutes ago. But yeah, it kind of gave me that vibe mixed with Briarcliff Prep. So we're going to read this and see what's going on in here, because I need to know. Now, the next one I want to read is Ruthless Vows, y'all. I've heard mixed reviews about this book. A lot of people say it's not as good as the first one, Divine Rivals. And I want to read it and see to make sure that, I don't know. Just to see for myself, because one, a lot of people have a lot of different tastes when it comes to books. So I do want to read this one to see, like, if it's good, if it's not, like what's going on, like would I enjoy it, or is everybody right? So, and then I have the Predator. Like I said, I want to get back and get into dark romance. So when they haven't released the other ones. I don't even know what the other ones in this series is. It's the Darkverse series. I think it's like the Predator, the Empress, Empire, something. I don't know. But I've seen a lot of people talking about this series and how they enjoyed the Darkverse series and how certain books in this series their favorite, and that's what we're gonna do. And then I have some books on my Kindle as well to read that I kind of stumbled across. But we have also, before we get to my Kindle, we're gonna talk about Addicted After All. I'm adding this back to the CPR so I can actually finish this series, because I have like four or five more books in this series to read. I really want to start it over, but we're not doing that. We're not doing that. So I got this on my TBR, and let me head over to my Kindle app on my phone to see. Now, the first one on my Kindle, I have Pick Up Your Feelings by Kimberly Brown. It's about this girl who, I don't know. I forgot. I was watching TikTok, but I think she was like, she ends up getting locked up. Or the guy ends up, yeah, I think she ends up getting locked up, and then when she gets out, he ends up getting locked up, and she has 2 kids by him, and when she goes to his court hearing, she ends up finding out, like, he's married, and he's on this, we still gonna be together, F my wife, like, yeah, I got a wife, but I want you to, and you gonna be my girlfriend type ish. So when I seen that TikTok of that, I'm gonna put the picture on the screen so you guys, someone on the screen so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. So I want to read that one off of that, because, like, what are you talking about? You married and you... No, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. And then I got God of Malice by Rena Kent. A lot of girlies has been talking about this book. I don't have the physical copy, but it's on Kindle Unlimited, so I got that on my TBR. Well, on my mood reading TBR. So then I have 1201 by Bella J, y'all. I don't know what that book about. A lot of people was talking about it. We have that. And then Caught Up by Liz Tumford. It is the 3rd book in her Windy City series. I'm absolutely obsessed with Right Move in that book series, so I want to read Caught Up, and I think Play Along came out as well. So those 2 are on my physical on my mood reading TBR for this month as well. Then we have Rhythm and Blues by Kimberly Brown as well. That's one of her most talked about books, so I'll add that to the TBR to read. And like I told y'all, Wild Eyes. Oh, Deeply in Love with the Country Thug. I want to read that by B. Monet. Y'all, I don't know what that book about, but the title and the cover of the book. The girl, she is so pretty. Like, she is so freaking pretty. It's about Duke and Harlow. So those are all the books that's on my radar for the month of September to read. I am super excited. I feel like this month is going to be a great reading month. I stopped goals. I feel like I can execute those goals, and yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Leave it down below and let me know some of the books that you're going to read in the month of September if you're mood reading like I am, and you just have a few that, you know, you're definitely going to read, but the rest of them kind of like up in the air. Then comment it down below too, and I'll talk to you guys in the comment section as always, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.
I'm calling bullshit. Say you got it, but you ain't got nothing. Bad bitches don't say shit, they just come.